Hey everybody, it's Ashley. Sorry it's been a while. I actually was pretty busy um, with my sister's birthday coming up and looking for a job and all this and that. And I wasn't sure what kind of video to post, so I've actually finally figured out what I want to do. And I'm going to talk about diabetes today. It is a very well-known thing out there, but you don't very often hear from an actual diabetic what it's like, what we have to do on a daily, and all that. So I'll tell you my story quick. I was diagnosed when I was 5. I got juvenile diabetes. It affects tons of people around the world. Juvenile diabetes, not in general. A lot of people end up with type 2. There's almost 3 million cases per year, and it kills more people than cancer, I've heard, because there is no cure. There's nothing out there for us at all. We don't get chemotherapy or radiation or anything. And I'm not saying cancer is better than diabetes by any means. Both are equally awful. But I was diagnosed when I was 5. I was sick for a long time. I was losing weight. I was constantly thirsty. I just felt like I had the flu, but it was worse. And my mom had brought me in and they said that I just had the flu. Well, she brought me in again because I wasn't getting any better, and to find out that I was a type 1 diabetic and I could have died. But they rushed me up to Fargo and did a bunch of tests and started fixing me. I know it was awful. I remember that much. But because I was so young, I don't remember much about my childhood with it. I know I couldn't do a lot of things other kids did without having to worry about, do I need to eat? Did I eat too much? Am I going to get sick? Do the parents of the kids I'm hanging out with know what to do? It was always a cycle of asking myself questions. And I know I didn't get to spend the night at a friend's house until almost 5th grade, 6th grade, because parents didn't know what to do and I couldn't do it myself because I was so young. So I'd go to sleepovers and I'd only be able to stay there till 7, 8 o'clock at night because I'd have to go home because my parents were scared and, I didn't know what I was doing. Um, but now that I've gotten older, it's gotten a lot easier. Not super easy because it controls your life. It is who you are. I mean, when you think about me, you're going to think diabetes because it is me. It's who I am. Now, for those people who don't know what diabetes fully is type 1 is when your pancreas that produces the insulin to counteract everything you've eaten, sugar, starch, everything, it quits working. It doesn't give me insulin anymore for everything I eat and drink. It just quit working. And type 2, it slightly works still. They can still come back and be normal again. Like my dad has type 2, my grandma has type 2. They haven't been able to get rid of it because it's more severe, but they can control theirs a lot easier. I know my grandma, she kind of doesn't take care of it because I just don't think she wants to anymore. It's hard. You have to watch what you eat. You have to make sure you're eating the right things. You have to make sure you're exercising enough. You have to, it gets really old. And I know how she feels because between the age of 13 to 15, I was in the hospital so much because I rebelled. I rebelled against it so bad. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't checking my blood sugar. I wasn't taking insulin. I just didn't care. I wanted to be a teenager. I wanted to be able to go out and drink a Mountain Dew and not have to worry about anything. I wanted to go out and eat whatever I wanted without having to worry. I just got sick of it. I got sick and tired of everything. And diabetes is more than just an illness. It affects you. I'm tired if I don't take care of myself. I get tired easier than most people. I've produced a lot of scar tissue, which makes it look like I weigh more than I am. I mean, I weigh like 145, but I look like I weigh 155 because the scar tissue from taking shots my whole life has built up and it doesn't go away. It takes years for it to go away, and and sometimes it just doesn't. And so it doesn't just affect you internally, it affects you outside too. And the worst part is that Novolog, the insulin I use, actually is a depressant. And from my previous videos, you know I am manic depressive. So it doesn't help that I take insulin every day because I get depressed from it. You know, it's not by choice. I mean, some days I wonder if my depression is worse just because I take insulin. But I'll never know because I'll never be off insulin. I'll have to take it for the rest of my life. My dad used to take pills. I don't know if he is anymore because for type 2 there is medication versus not having to take shots. If you take care of it well enough, you don't need to take shots. You can just take pills, which is really nice that they've been able to, sorry, my nose is all runny, to control type 2 with pills because that's easier. You know, I wish I could take a couple pills every day and be done with my life for then, just that day. Just be done. Be able to go about my day. But I'm sure it's hard too. I've never had to deal with it, but I know my dad, he finally understands everything I went through as a kid, and it's really nice. But then we'll get more into how I get my insulin, how I check my blood sugar, and all this and that. I don't know if you guys can really see. Oh yeah, you can. See those calluses? That's from checking my blood sugar 8 to 10 times a day right now because I have this. And you see that's where it goes in. It starts out as a needle and then it goes into a catheter and it's in there for 3 days. And this is what it is. It's just an insulin pump. This is where my insulin is. I like to call it my robotic pancreas. This is what keeps me alive. It gives me insulin constantly throughout the day, like a normal pancreas would. It keeps my blood sugars better under control because I am aiming towards having kids in a couple years, and my blood sugars need to be under control in order to do that, or I'll damage the babies, and I don't want to do that. That's not fun. And so I keep that in here or somewhere. It's just easier to have it on my arm. And pumps just help you regulate more. I'll get more into that in a different discussion if you guys want. Just let me know in the comments down below. Because the pump has a lot of features and that would take up way too much of my video. So then the next thing I do every day is actually this. This is how you check your blood sugar. And I will show you. You take a strip, looks like this, and you put it in the meter right here. And it turns on. And then you take your little poker and find a spot that isn't too calloused. Push, and then you get a little bit of blood. What's nice is the new meters today versus when I was younger are a lot better. I'm trying to show you guys, sorry. And then I just put it on the strip, and now we wait. It does a little countdown. And I'm at 214. That's not too bad. They want my blood sugars between 90 and 110. So now it just transferred to this at Bluetooth. And then it's going to tell me that my blood sugar was higher than it's supposed to be. And it's going to bring me to that, telling me what it is. I can enter my carbs, how many grams I've eaten. And I haven't eaten anything yet. So we just press it again. And it's going to give me 1.5. And then I have a reminder in 3 hours to check again. That's so much easier than taking shots every day, let me tell you. So, if you guys have any questions or want to know more, just let me know in the comments down below. Or find me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. If you guys want to hear more about it, I tried to hit the basics. I mean, I kind of mumbled, I'm sorry. And I hope you guys are doing awesome. You're all beautiful. Bye.